Hello, hello. Hey, what's up, Timothy? All right, Miss K. Hello, hello, everybody. I see y'all coming in. All right, Timothy, I see you. Hashtag funding. Hello, hello, everybody. Uh-oh, I'm muted. Can y'all hear me? Yes, no? Can everybody hear me? Yes, no, yes, no. All right, cool. All right, I appreciate y'all for being here. I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes and we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about the 3 C's today, a formula. This is what everybody needs to have. One of these 3 in order to get some funding. It could actually be 4, but we're going to talk about 3. I'm going to mention the 4th one too. But it's really 3 things that you need. One of the 3 you need to get funding. And this is not going to be stuff that y'all hear all over the internet either. This is going to be some stuff that's like, it's kind of a secret, but it's not really a secret. It's just people just don't know it. So it is not stuff that you're just going to find all over Google and YouTube. So I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes. Y'all share this with anybody y'all know that y'all think is going to be interested in learning this type of information, getting some funding, things like that. And we'll go ahead and get started. I hope everybody's doing good today. I'm not going to keep y'all long either. We're going to be in and out. I like to get straight to the point if I can. If y'all got questions, though, y'all can always ask y'all questions. I always answer any questions. But if y'all didn't know, I used to do this all the time. It's called $1 Million Mondays. Monday night, I usually come on and I give some information, free game on whatever it is that people want to talk about. So if y'all got a topic that y'all got a question on, y'all can always DM it to me. A lot of times my team is going to be in the DMs and they just going to check it and like respond to you. But put it in a DM. The team's going to let me know what you got a question about. And we'll probably do a whole live stream on it, just giving you exactly what you need to know about that topic. So y'all let me know what y'all got questions on. I'm going to give everybody about 1 more minute. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, 1 more minute. Like I said, share this with anybody y'all think would be interested in it. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. And another thing too, I don't have nothing to sell y'all on this. I tell people all the time, like I'm not always looking to get some money from people. I just like to help people out. So don't think you're gonna get some information and then be like, oh, what's the sell? They don't have no sell on this. I'm not selling y'all nothing. But if you want to buy stuff, I got stuff to sell. But I'm not selling nothing. Applying for the Southwest card. Or when is the proper time to apply for credit cards? So look, the proper time to apply for credit cards is only after your credit is clean. If you have subpar credit, if you got less than a 680, I will wait. Get your credit up to 680. Don't have no late payments, no negatives, no collections, no charge-offs. I don't care how old it is. No bankruptcies, and then apply for it. If you got a bankruptcy and that's the only thing you have and your score is over 680, there are some cards that'll let you get approved, like the Sable One card. You can Sable One, SABLE card. You can Google that. I believe they're still doing that. And with a bankruptcy, they still will approve you with a bankruptcy. But a lot of other credit cards, they will not approve you. So the very first thing is getting your credit in order. And we're actually going to talk about that too. So let's go ahead and get started, y'all. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Let's go ahead and dive into this. So we're going to talk about the 3 C's formula today. The 3 C's, we're going to say 4. We're going to say 4 of them real quick. But the main 3 is going to be cash flow, credit, and collateral. If you have one of those 3, you can get funding. You don't need all 3. You don't need cash flow if you have credit. You don't need credit if you got cash flow. And you don't need neither one of those 2 if you have collateral. So we're going to talk about those 3 real quick. We're going to talk about cash flow first. So if you have really horrible credit, like let's say five something is pretty much horrible. So if you feel offended by that, let me know because we can fix that for you. But so if you got less than a 680, it's gonna be really hard for you to get funding a lot of times unless you have a lot of collateral. I mean, a lot of cash flow. And by cash flow, I mean you really want to have like, actually, American Express can give you funding if you have $3,000 a month going into your bank account. So if you got $3,000 a month going into your bank account, and you have good credit, then you can get funding with American Express. But if you have bad credit and you need some funding, the only thing you can do is you need to have some cash flow or some collateral. And by cash flow, like I said, I mean you want to have like $5,000 to $10,000 at least per month in order to get funded. Now, as a business owner, a lot of times we're not tracking all that information. We want to write stuff off on taxes, or we don't want to pay taxes, but you got to put your stuff on paper. And one of the things that I teach in the business owner course or the entrepreneur course is keeping all of your finances together. You want to have all of your stuff on one platform if you can. Me personally, I use QuickBooks. I don't have like somebody to go and manage my every single day spending. So I'll use QuickBooks for a lot of that stuff, or like all of my credit cards, because I have a ton of credit cards. I'll put them on an Excel spreadsheet, and I will just track it every week or every 2 weeks. And on that spreadsheet is going to say like, you know, what the limit is on that, what the balance is, when my 0% interest time period is due, when my payments due, stuff like that. I keep all of that stuff on a spreadsheet, because once you start growing, like you mentioned the credit cards earlier, once you start growing and you get a lot of cards, you might have a whole bunch of different due dates. But a little tip for that is you want to call them and ask them to change your due dates. If you have like, let's say you got 10 cards, I would have 5 of them due on the 10th of the month, and the other 5 you want to call and see if you can have them due on like the 24th. The reason being is because, first of all, if you got 10 credit cards, you don't want them all to be due at the same time, because that's going to be a lot of money out your pocket. But also, now you only have 2 days out of the month to really pay your bills. Like me, I still have to go do this for myself, but I got a lot of credit cards, so a lot of them have different due dates on them. So like some might be the 10th, some the 3rd, some the 1st. So I have to go and do that myself. I just been procrastinating on it. But you want to call and try to see if you can get your due dates changed to the 10th and the 24th. That's enough time frame in between them to where you can make some money after the 10th to recuperate the money that you just spent on the credit cards, if for some reason you're like in a situation and you just don't have the cash flow that you need. And then the 24th comes around and you just, you pay off the rest of them. And if you know how to liquidate your credit cards, which a lot of people probably don't know how to do that, but if you liquidate your credit cards on the 10th, after you pay the ones on the 10th, you can liquidate them and pay the ones on the 24th. So you can pay your credit cards with your credit cards. If you're in some kind of situation and you just don't have the cash flow that you need, because as a business owner, sometimes we go up and we go down. Some months is way better than others. Some months we feel like we want to give up. So if you need to liquidate your cards and pay your other cards, you can do that if you have your bills separated in that increment of time. So back to the cash flow. If you have $5,000 to $10,000 a month or more, and you can prove it on paper in your bank account, you can get funding. You can get like merchant cash advance. You can get different lines of credit. You can get revenue-based financing just based off of your cash flow, and you don't have to have collateral. You don't have to have credit. So that's one thing. The next one is going to be, the other C is going to be your credit. And I'm going to talk about the fourth C later on. I know y'all probably like, oh, he said 4 C's, but he didn't mention it. I'm going to tell y'all that then. But y'all probably already know what it is. So good personal credit, like I mentioned earlier to my guy that said he was looking for the credit cards. If you have a 680 or better, you can get approved for a lot of credit cards. Sometimes it's 650. And really, if you have a good relationship with banks, with lenders, you might be able to get approved for like a 650. But for me, I would tell people a 700 is super, super easy to get. So I would tell people you want to get to at least a 680 because that's going to at least get you in the door. I got one bank right now. If you got a 725, they will give you a $50,000 line of credit and a $10,000 business credit card. But if you have a 724, you will not get approved. 725 will get you in the door over there. And a 750 can get you a $75,000 line of credit and a $10,000 credit card. So you can go to one bank and get almost 100,000. And another tip that I'm gonna tell y'all that wasn't in my little notepad is that when I first started getting funding, I didn't have all three of my credit bureaus clean. I only had one bureau. But the good thing about that is that a lot of banks only pull one bureau. So when I went to go and get funding, only my Equifax was clean. This was a long time ago, but only my Equifax was clean. So I'm not going to sit down and wait for my TransUnion and my Experian to go up. I'm going to just use the Equifax because I know certain banks are going to pull just Equifax. Like Truist pulls Equifax. PNC pulls Experian. Chase pulls Experian. Different banks going to pull different bureaus. So I went and I got 6 figures on just Equifax when I was still building my credit and starting to get funding. So look, if y'all got one bureau that's clean, don't count yourself out because you can still get some funding right now. As long as you're over 680, if you got good credit. If you got bad credit and you got cash flow or you got collateral, you can still get some funding. Is this good for y'all? Have y'all heard some of this before? I know that now the credit part, I know y'all probably heard that before. But the cash flow, y'all probably never heard that before. And I have a connection with the cash flow where if you guys let me know that you got good cash flow coming in and you're looking to get some funding, y'all shoot me a DM and say funding 702 on Equifax. Well, you could probably get some funding. We'll look at your profile. Now, the next thing I would say too for credit cards, I'm gonna tell y'all in a second. But if y'all have cash flow and you don't have the credit, then let me know. Just DM me the word funding, and I'll connect you with my guy who can do the funding for you. Now they have, like I mentioned, they have merchant cash advance. They have different types of funding that's just based off your cash flow. So let me know if you need some funding and you don't have the credit. But if you add the 702, like you mentioned, A. Harvey, as long as your profile is clean and strong, when I mean clean and strong, I mean, I see you putting funding already. Shoot it to me in the DM if you can. If not, just write it on the side. Remember to send it to me because on here, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to remember this to reach out to you. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to probably return like 10, 15 phone calls. So I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to forget. But if you shoot me a DM and send me the word funding and shoot me a DM, I will be able to get back with you. But if you got a 720 and you're looking to get funding, this is what you need to have as far as your personal credit profile looks. You want to have 8 to 10 accounts on your credit. So when I say 8 to 10 accounts, that's the standard. That's where you really want to be at. But you can get approved with a 5 to 6. And what I mean by that is, need to get that 75,000. All right, cool. Now, I'm Pest Control. I know that's Jesse. You already know which bank I'm talking about. So just let me know. Hit me up. You got my cell phone number, so give me a call. Now, when I mean 5 to 10 accounts, 8 to 10 accounts on your credit, I'm talking about positive accounts. I'm talking about installment loans, credit cards, self-lending kickoff. I have a whole different PDF that I can send to you that has 8 different accounts on there. So if you only have like 3 or 4 accounts, you go and add these 6, 7, 8, and then you over that threshold of that 8 to 10 accounts that I really want you to have when you're going for funding. And then the next thing, so if you want that, send me the words positive accounts. I got so many different call to actions in here. But thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Yeah, send me the word positive accounts. I'm gonna shoot you over a little link. I already have it set up. It's I don't remember the link right offhand, but I will shoot it over to you. And you can go on there, just fill out. I think you got to put your name in there. Download the file, and then it also is going to have a video. It's all this stuff is free. Like the accounts themselves, they do have a cost to them because they're not associated with me. These just accounts that I use on my credit, but the link itself is free. I'm giving you all of the information you need for free. So just shoot me the DM. Don't put it in here because I'm not gonna be able to see it once I exit this off. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I went live, y'all. So you gotta bear with me. But if you shoot me the DM and say positive accounts, then I will send you those 2 links. Like I said, the first link shows you the accounts to build your profile. The second link is going to be a video that goes over the PDF. So if you got a question about any account, it's going to talk about it in the video. The video is not long. It's like 5 minutes long or something like that. So it's not going to be, don't think you got to sit down and watch a movie. It's just a couple of minutes. It's going to explain it. Kickoff, self-lender is on there. And it goes over those accounts. Now, some of those accounts, they will have, it's like my little affiliate link. So when you use it, you do get like a little discount, and they might pay me like a couple of dollars. But I don't know which ones it is. I just know that if you use the links, that they should give you like a little discount. Not for every one of them, but for some of them. So like I said, positive accounts if you need to add some accounts to your credit. Funding if you have good credit. I'm sorry, if you have bad credit but you have cash flow and you need to get some funding. Send me the word funding and I'm gonna take care of you for sure. So yeah, 8 to 10 accounts on your credit. Like I mentioned, you also want to have some credit cards too. So you want to add these accounts on there if you don't have enough. And then you also want to have some personal credit cards on there. If you want business funding, a lot of times for you to get business credit cards, they're going to want to see what your personal credit card limits look like. So what that means is if you only have $200, $300 secured cards, they're not going to give you funding. Nobody wants to be the first person to say, I'm going to take a chance on him and give him $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. They want to be the second person or the third. So if you don't have enough personal credit cards on your profile, you got to build your profile up first. Get those 8 to 10 accounts, and then we'll get you some personal credit cards. And then after the personal ones, you want to let these age about 3 to 6 months, and then you're going to go and get the business credit cards right after that. After 3 to 6 months, I really would say 4 to 6. After 4 to 6 months of you having some brand new personal credit cards, then we're going to go and get you some business credit cards after that. Because the reason being, I know y'all probably like, why? The reason being, like I said, is because the business funding, they're going to look at your personal credit card limits. If you got a 5K or a 10K personal credit card, they're going to want to match those limits or give you a little bit more than that. So if you only got 5K, nobody's going to want to be like, let me give you 50. They're going to say, well, since you got 5 on this side, let's give you 7 or 10 or 15 and see how you do with that. But if you got 10K credit cards, then they might give you 12 or 15. For instance, I'm telling y'all all my business, but I have a $17,500 personal credit card. So when I went to Chase and they approved me, one of my credit cards was 19K. That was the lowest one they gave me, and I asked for an increase on it. They said the reason why they wouldn't give me an increase is because my personal card limits was not high enough for them to be able to feel like they can trust me with a higher business credit card. So if my personal one would have been $25,000, $30,000, then they would have easily gave me all of my credit cards $25,000, $30,000 credit cards. But the lowest one they gave me was 19. So that's a big step that a lot of people want to skip. You know, you want to go straight to the business credit cards, and I understand why. You don't want to pay. You don't want to have the utilization to worry about. You don't want it to show on the personal credit. I understand that, but you have to go through the process. You have to go step by step. And if you try to cheat the steps, you can get approved, but the limits are going to be lower than what you would have got if you would have just stick with the process and trust the process and just go step by step. It might take you a little longer, but look, in the meantime, while you get your personal credit cards, you can liquidate them or you can still use them to invest. Like, I have guys that do Walmart and Amazon stores. I have a Walmart store, made like 20-something K in 30 days, and I don't do nothing. I just sit back and watch it go up and down. It's not all profit, but I mean, if I profit $5,000, $6,000 from that store, I'm not doing nothing, and you're just using your personal credit cards to do that, then you can't beat that. You know, most people don't make that at their job, working every single day, but you can make that passively just by using your personal credit cards. Now, when you use them, your score is gonna go down because you got to pay utilization. I mean, you have utilization and stuff like that. But once you pay it, your score goes back up. And like I said, you have to get these cards for like 4 to 6 months anyway. So instead of sitting down waiting and leaving the cards in your pocket and doing nothing, at least you have them making some money for you on the side while you work at your regular job and you make your money. What's the Amazon play? So it's not really a play. It's just a connect that I have. These guys, they run my Walmart store. They have Amazon stores too. I would really say you want to get a Walmart store because Amazon, you have to buy all your products up front now. If y'all familiar with drop shipping is where, let's say, Costco has a chair for $30. You want to bring that chair is going to be posted on your Walmart store, your Amazon store, for $45. So whoever buys it, you use that. You get $45, you buy the chair for $30, and you keep the profit. Now it don't sound like a lot, but when you're doing that 20, 30, 40, 50 times a day, then it becomes a lot of money. It becomes decent income. And like I said, you don't have to do none of that work. But with Amazon, you don't get the payment first. You have to buy all your product first. So you got to have 20, 30, 40, 50, really like 30, 40, 50,000 in order to buy your product, have it sitting down in the warehouse and just wait for somebody to buy it. Versus with Walmart, they pay you first before you go buy something. So you know your product is already sold before you spend money on it. So I would prefer Walmart, especially to get started with e-commerce, because it's e-commerce. I would say Walmart. But if that's something you're interested in, just DM me the word Walmart. I can connect you with my people. But the cheapest Walmart store, they're going to set everything up for you. They set everything up. I need that Walmart play. I got you, man. I got you. They're going to set the Walmart store up. You're going to have to get some memberships with like Costco and BJ's and stuff like that. I think Costco costs like $119 or something like that. BJ's is probably like $110. So it costs a little bit of money for the memberships. But after that, you just use your credit cards for everything. So I just slap a credit card on file. I actually use an Amex card because you get all kind of points. And that's for a whole nother live stream, because these credit cards, they got different levels of credit cards too. They got tier 4, tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. And different cards do different things. Like I can fly anywhere I want and stay in any hotel I want for free anytime I feel like it, because I have points on these credit cards. You know how I get the points? I liquidate my cards. You know how I liquidate the cards? Different ways. I use like a payroll service that I'll just pay myself. So now, even though I'm an employer, I'm the owner, I'm the CEO, I still get a W-2 or a 1099 because I'll liquidate my credit card. So now, let's say I want to pay myself $10K this month. On paper, I can prove at the end of the year I'm getting paid $10,000 every month. Versus you as a business owner, you don't have no kind of W-2 or 1099. You're not an employee of your own business. You can't show personal income. When you go to a car dealership, you can't show personal income. When you're trying to get a house, you can't show personal. All you have is a business income. So I can just liquidate my credit card. I can pay myself $10K, pay my wife $10K a month, and I liquidate that credit card. So when I spend that $10,000, I pay myself that $10,000. I get a W-2 check or 1099 check, and the money goes straight to my bank account. I just use that same money to pay the card off. Or I take that money out. You could buy real estate with that. You liquidated it now. Now, when you go to buy a property, they don't need to see where your funds come from because you just liquidated the card, and you can see you got a paper trail showing that this is my income from the business. I'm the CEO. This is how much I get paid. Now, this is my down payment for the property. You can buy properties with that. But when you liquidate that card and that 10K that I just liquidated, I get points for all of that. Now, those points start accumulating and adding up. So that's just the power of having good credit. So like really, to tell you the truth, like the Walmart store is going to get up to like 100K per month is what it's going to be doing. That's going to profit me probably like 25, 30K per month without me having to work. But that whole amount of money that the Walmart store spends is spending on a credit card. So all of that 100,000 points or $100,000 or $60,000, whatever it is that gets spent, all of those points are going to keep accumulating. That's a whole plane trip right there. That's a whole vacation every month just because the Walmart store is making me money. So I use the credit card to make money. I use the Walmart store to make money. I get the points from the card. Then I fly, travel for free. Do whatever I feel like doing. I know y'all probably don't see that on my profile because I don't be showing everybody what I do. But I be moving sometime. And I can do it all for free whenever I feel like it. So that's just the power of having good credit though. Like I said, they have different levels of credit cards too. So some cards give cash, some cards give points. It's just different. There's a lot of different stuff you can do with credit cards. The old people used to say, don't get credit cards, don't get debt. But not all debt is bad debt. Some debt is good debt. Like this debt I'm using with the credit cards to get the Walmart store, that's good debt. I'm not in the hole for that. It's paying me money every month and I don't have to work. Whether I get up or lay down or do nothing all day, every day, I still got money coming in passively because I use the credit card to do it. So you can't really beat that. But the cheapest Walmart store, I think, is like $15,000 or $20,000. So you got to get some money up first. You got to get some credit cards first. You could pay it using a credit card, liquidate the card like I just mentioned. You can use your line of credit. I only use other people's money. So when I first got my store, I used a line of credit money. I had like $50K on a line of credit, so I just took out and paid for the store, and then let the credit cards pay for everything, and let the store pay for everything back. So I'm using everybody else's money for everything. I use bank money for everything. That's how you build wealth. So I know I'm rambling. I didn't finish what I was talking about. So, but let me know if that's good, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about that. If y'all need the Walmart play, just shoot me a DM and say Walmart. But like I said, it's going to cost you about $15 to $20K to get the Walmart store. How can we apply a gas card? So do you want the gas card in your personal name or your business name? Because it's a difference. You know, you want your personal credit to be attached to that gas card, or you want just your business to be attached to it? That's the first question. Now, to get back on track, y'all, with the credit while I wait for that answer. Like I said, 680 minimum if you want to get some funding. Sometimes 650, and you can get a lot of funding using just like I said, just one credit profile. I got 100K on just one credit profile whenever I first started getting funding. So 680, 8 to 10 accounts on your credit, and then if you don't have personal credit cards already, we got to get you some personal ones first, and then we're going to get you some business ones after. Does that make some sense? Do I need to clarify that? Gas card on the personal side. So you can try, what's a good one? Wex Fleet. Wex Fleet has a credit card that you can try to get. They're pretty easy to get. I don't know how much you need though, because the beginner card for Wex is probably gonna be like $2K, between $2,000 to $5,000, I believe. Hello, everybody, just coming in. So you can try Wex Fleet, WEX Fleet, and see what they can give you. See if they can give you something. They also got Pilot too, Flying J. They can give you a credit card too. So I will apply with them. You still got to have the same data points pretty much though. You know, HSN accounts on your credit. You just don't need the personal credit cards for that. I don't believe you need personal credit cards for gas cards. I haven't done any funding without people having a personal cards, because I know that's like the bare minimum that you need in order to get funding. So I haven't branched off, but you can try to do that. I just really don't stray away from what I know is successful. You know what I mean? If it works, I ain't trying to fix it, pretty much. But you can try. If you don't have the credit cards, you can try, see what they approve you for. It just depends on how much you need though. If you need a lot, then I would try to get the personal cards first, and then go back to them after you have those limits on your profile. Because like I said, nobody wants to be the first person to give you the most money. They all want to see how you manage the rest of your money first before they throw money at you. What's up, Chad? Y'all got any questions before I move on? I'm going to talk about collateral, and then I'm going to talk about the last C for the night. Too sweet, too sour. What's up, cuz? No questions? All right, collateral. So the other C that you need to get this funding is going to be collateral. So we talked about cash flow. You need 5 to 10K a month. If you don't have that, that's fine. All you need is credit. If you don't have credit, you don't have cash flow, next thing you need is collateral. So by collateral, you can have, depends, now this is for a lot of different types of industries. So if you have like a tractor or something like that, you can use that tractor as collateral. If you have real estate, you can use your real estate as collateral. If you get accounts receivables, meaning like you have contracts with people who's supposed to pay you, your payment's just backdated, like, you know, you're going to go 30, 60 days or something like that before you get paid, that's called accounts receivables. So you can show them that report and say, look, based off of this, we have $50,000 coming in over the next 30 days. These payments just backdated. Can you give us funding based off of this? And a lot of people will fund you based off of that. So that's going to be collateral. It's pretty simple. Collateral is pretty simple. Now, there's a lot of different types of collateral, though. Like I said, real estate. If you're in real estate and you own some properties, or you're just getting in, like I mentioned before, you liquidate a credit card, liquidate 10K. You can buy a decent house with that $10,000 down. You get the loan, put a tenant in the property, have the tenant paying the credit card off, but now you have that, you got control of that property. Now you can use that as collateral. If somebody's willing to use that as collateral, you can. Or I just talked to a guy earlier, matter of fact, he buying houses for like $8,000, $16,000, putting $7,000, $8,000 into them and turning around and renting them out. So you can buy these houses at like almost next to nothing. You can really use a credit card to buy real estate and use the real estate as collateral to get more funding. It sounds like it might sound like it's foreign, but it's really simple. Once you start getting the hang of it, it's really simple. It's like, you know, it's like riding a bike, like people say. The stuff, people make it seem like it's so difficult to get funding. Funding is not really that difficult. There's steps and process to it, but once you get it down, it's like anytime I feel like it, I can go and get $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 if I feel like it. But I'm not one to just sit down with, a whole bunch of money, just sit down and do nothing with it. When I have some funding, I usually get 0% interest credit cards. So my 0% interest is going to run out in a couple of months if I don't use it. So I'm not just going out and getting $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 and just sitting down and just do nothing with it just so I can say, hey, everybody, I got funding. I don't be in business just to say, hey, I'm in business. I be in business to make money. Like, people could buy real estate and want to partner and be like, hey, let's buy a single family house. But I'm like, why would I want to partner with you and buy a single family house? Like, so we can make $200 a month a piece and say we in real estate? No, I'm in real estate to make money. Your program works. I had a stroke, so I'll be back up and running. I'm gonna need you, brother. Man, I appreciate the love. Yes, I do know who you are too. And yeah, man, I talked to the team about you last week. And just give us a call. Whenever Raven gives you a call, just talk with Raven, and we'll be able to take care of you for sure. But I appreciate you showing the love, y'all. So that's appreciative for real. There's so many people say they're gonna do testimonials, and like we can do. I don't know if y'all know, I have a credit repair company, and we can clean credit reports in 2 weeks. Two weeks, and you could be 100% finished with us. And within the first 5 hours, sometimes you can have results. You can have deletions. But so many people, like, we'll clean credit. I just had a celebrity came through. We cleaned her credit report in less than 2 weeks. Didn't get a testimonial. People say they're gonna do it, but they never do. So I appreciate you coming in the comments and say that we was able to help you out for sure. I appreciate it. Push. Come on now. So collateral, y'all, that's all we really got for collateral. Collateral is going to be something that you have, like accounts receivables or real estate, or let's see what else you can use, like, cars, vehicles. You can use all that stuff for collateral, and you pretty much just got to go to the lender and say, hey, this is what I have. It's worth this much, but I need a loan of this much money. And you just put that collateral up. So if you don't pay them back, then you have to give them that collateral that you put up as like your bond, your surety. You got to give that collateral to them. So what y'all think, y'all? Y'all ready for the last one? I said I wasn't gonna keep y'all on here too long. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, it's been 30 minutes. What y'all got? Do y'all have some questions about what we talked about so far? Cash flow, credit, collateral. Y'all have any questions about that? I know we talked about a lot. I always branch off. We talked about credit cards. We talked about Walmart stores, liquidating cards. All right, no questions. We're gonna go to the last thing. The last C, y'all, actually start with a B, is business credit. So with business credit, you don't need cash flow, you don't need collateral, you don't need credit. You can actually get funding using just your business credit profile. And then look, like I mentioned, I don't have nothing to sell y'all. I'm not selling y'all nothing on here. I just want to give y'all some free information. But I'm only talking about this stuff because I have companies that do it all. Except the collateral. I have partners that do the collateral and the cash flow. I have partners that do that. But the business credit, y'all, if y'all don't have credit, y'all can still get hundreds of thousands of dollars in just the business name without using your personal credit. I know y'all probably heard that all over the internet before, and if y'all didn't, I'm here to tell y'all it works 100%. Like the ring light, the light that y'all see shining on me, the stuff in the background, that's all bought with business credit. I'm one of the people that practice what I preach. I go out and I get funding, and I use that funding, or I get business credit and I use that business credit for, everything. I don't use my money for nothing. I'm not using my personal money for nothing. I use the bank's money because, like people say, I wish I could get paid for paying my bills. I wish I get paid for buying groceries. You can. I get paid for buying groceries. I get paid to go eat out at clubs. I mean, not clubs. I don't go to clubs, but eat out at restaurants. Like, I get paid for all of that stuff. I use a certain card. I use like an Amex Gold card, and I get points back for that. The points turn into travel. It turn into money. All of that stuff. You can get paid for using your credit cards. Like, having good credit pays. So if you got bad credit, just stop playing around and go build your personal credit profile. Because you're leaving a lot of stuff on the table. Like, a lot of times I'll tell people that business credit is that uncle that we never had. We used to clown around a long time ago and say, yeah, I wish I had a rich relative from far away that just passed away and gave me all kind of money. That's business credit. Business credit is that rich relative that we didn't know we had. When I knew that business credit was big was when I found out, first thing I found out that Walmart, 70% of everything in Walmart is bought with business credit. Walmart not using their own money either. They use business credit to buy everything. And then, I was like, yeah, that's good. That's Walmart. That's big. But I walked into the eye doctor to go and get some eyeglasses. When I went in the bathroom to wash my hands, I realized the soap he is using in the bathroom is from a business credit company. So even the eye doctor is building business credit. So when I seen that, it was like really close to me because like this is a small eye doctor, but they're building business credit too. So if y'all don't know me, I still have a real estate company too. So with that company before COVID, we were selling. What's up, Raven? We were selling hotels and skyscrapers. So I had this guy reach out to me for one of my hotels. I had like hundreds of millions of dollars in hotels for sale around the United States by myself. There's no like whole bunch of people involved in it. If y'all know anything about real estate, you know about a daisy chain. There's no daisy chains. I'm connected to all the owners of all these properties. So a guy from California reached out to me and he was like, look, my boss, I couldn't even talk to the boss because he has so much money. But he was like, my boss has $10 million in business credit that he wants to use to purchase your hotel. At that time, I didn't really know what it was, but I'm hearing Walmart uses business credit. I'm hearing this guy saying he want to buy a hotel for $10 million using business credit. And then I go in the eye doctor, and I'm seeing he using business credit too. So I'm like, man, we got to tap into this. And so many people don't know what it is, but it's like super, super simple. Like when people sign up with us, they can get $50K in business credit guaranteed, or we give them all their money back. Or when you first start, you might pay a little bit of money to start with us, or you pay a little money to start building your process, your profile up. But once you do, you can get like $5,000 in a couple of days just building business credit. So, business credit is easy to get, y'all. The first thing to build business credit, like we talked about getting funding, is building your personal profile. On the credit side, on the business credit side, you have to build your business profile out. And when I say your business profile, I mean your business needs to be set up correctly on paper. A lot of times, a lot of people get denied because their business is just not set up. You don't have a professional name. Your name seems like it's in a high risk industry, like trucking. Although we know trucking makes a lot of money, trucking is considered high risk. Real estate is high risk. So when you have a real estate company and the name of your company is Real Estate Investments, like my first company was, you will not get approved, or you will get low limits because people are looking at it and they're like, okay, this is a high risk industry. This is an industry where people make a lot of money, but there's also a lot of turnover in it. So like trucking is the same way. Trucking makes a lot of money, but trucking is considered high risk. So instead of saying that you're in trucking and you have that company right now, what I would say is you really want to change your business name. You can't get approved with it like that, but I would say you want to change your business name to something like Consulting, Enterprise, Global. Just use your last name, Global, last name, Enterprise. Just don't put trucking, freight, logistics, or anything like that involves you being in trucking in that profile. Like my credit repair company is Penstar Consulting. You don't know what that does. You don't know we do credit repair unless I tell you what it is. But if you walk into the bank and you say, the name of my company is Rich Properties or Rich Real Estate Investments, they know right off the hand that you're doing real estate. So you really want to have like a generic kind of business name, because just having the wrong business name can get you denied. So a lot of people get denied just for that. So the next thing is going to be your business address. You want to have a commercial address, not a P.O. box, not a home address. That stuff will get you denied. The P.O. box will get you denied like 99% of the time. But you don't have to go and get a commercial address, a commercial building. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars a month to get a commercial address. You just need a virtual address. And there's places that I use. The one I use the most is called Opus. If you need a link for Opus, just text me virtual office. DM me virtual office, and I'll send you a link to Opus. That's the one I use for all my virtual offices. I have offices all over the place. Is that okay? Boom Kicks LLC. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Like if you tell me Boom Kicks LLC and I'm a banker, I don't really know what you do. So I'm gonna have to ask you. And that's when you're gonna say, yeah, I do consulting for the trucking industry or something like that. If you're in trucking, if you're in any type of industry, you're doing consulting anyway. If you pull up next to me, when I was younger, I would see somebody in a nice car and I walk up to her and I'm asking like, hey, what do you do? How can you afford this? I'm asking because I'm nosy and I'm like, I want to be successful too. So how are you doing this? As soon as they answer that question, they're consulting me. They're like, okay, well, I own this business. All right, well, how do you do that? You consulting me in that process. So instead of me saying I'm doing trucking, I'm gonna say I do consulting for the people in the trucking industry, because you're doing consulting anyway. Instead of saying, hey, I do trucking, don't give me money. You know. And the good thing about trucking is that y'all make a lot of income. So if you're in trucking, you make a lot of money and you don't have the credit, you can still get approved using just your cash flow. If you have the truck is actually collateral too. So you can use your truck as collateral. You can use the revenue, you can use the collateral, even though you don't have the credit, and you can still get funding. I have a place that I'm working on a connection with where you can buy a truck for $10,000. So like I mentioned earlier, I can liquidate my credit card and get $10K in like a couple of days. And then that $10K, I can use that to buy a truck. I know a guy in the off-field trucking industry who's supposed to make like $100K every month just for one truck. So I'm waiting on the paperwork back for that. But once that's ready, once I see the paperwork, y'all will be hearing about it, because I'm going to help everybody to get on that same contract too. It's going to be passive, just like the Walmart stores. I'll show you how to liquidate the card. You buy the truck. We put the truck to work. You don't do nothing. You still make money every month. So, but I'm not getting into nothing. I don't know. I can't see the paperwork on it. So anytime I present something to y'all, I'm either doing it already or I know for sure it works. But I'm usually doing it already anytime I present something. Now, next thing for your business profile up so you can get some funding is going to be, and build business credit, is going to be your email and website. A lot of people are trying to get funding, but you got a Hotmail, a Gmail, an iCloud. Like that's not professional when you come into the bank. They do not want to see a blunt at hotmail.com. They want to see your business name like boomkicksllc.com or boomkicks.com. Info at boomkicks.com, support at boomkicks.com, not blunt at Hotmail. Not hotboy at iCloud. That stuff will get you denied because you just look like you look like somebody that's coming off the street. You look like, man, I'm not all the way established yet. I need this money so I can get myself established. What you want to do when you go into the bank is you want to look established already. You want these people to feel like if they give you money, you're not going to disappear on them, and you're going to be able to pay them back because you're already successful. You don't already have to be successful, but if you get this money, if you sit down and you really plan it out, if you get the money, you will be successful at it. So you just gotta kind of, make them feel comfortable with you, because if they're not comfortable, they will not give you money, regardless of how your profile looks, your personal credit looks. I've had this instance where, and I mentioned building relationships with banks, but I've had this instance where I went to this bank and I got approved for $41,000 line of credit. I didn't want it because I wanted $50,000. And I'm like, if I want it, that's what I want. So I turned it down. I went back again and applied for a line of credit. The manager who I made the connection with, she was trying to help me out by saying that I was looking to buy real estate. But I specifically told her I'm not buying real estate. I told her that for sure. And because we were not buying real estate. But she put it on there thinking it was going to help. So on the application, she was like, this guy's going to, he needs this so he can buy real estate, help him out or something like that. They denied me for the line of credit and approved me for a loan because they were saying this person, based off of what you told us, they don't need a line of credit, they need a loan instead. So I got denied for the line of credit and they approved for the loan. But I'm like, I don't want a loan. I don't like loans. But having that relationship where you can verbally communicate with somebody really helps you out, because like she put a note on the paper to try to help out, somebody else can put the right note on the paper and get your profile approved, even if you were going to get denied before. So when you go online and you do an application and they deny you, most people just stop right there. But you can call a reconsideration line and say, hey, this is what's going on with my profile. I applied and I got denied. Can y'all relook at it? If you have a relationship at the bank, you do the same thing. Like, hey, I know I have a 650. I'm supposed to be at a 680, but this is what's going on. Or my credit card utilization is high because it's 0% interest for right now. I don't want to pay it off because I'm taking advantage of the 0% interest. So once I pay it down, my scores are going to go back up, but that's the only reason why it's down. So you can verbally communicate with somebody and have a human interaction and say, this is why this is going on. So that person can probably write on that paperwork like, hey, this is what's going on. They have a credit card, 0% utilization. That's the only reason why their credit cards are a little higher. They're just taking advantage of that 0%. So let's help them out anyway. And that stuff will get you approved. But if you're just filling out applications online, you don't have no human interaction. It's just a computer saying, you know, that's it. The computer saying, you know, you're denied or you're approved. That's it. Contact us at Boomkicks. That's perfect. That's perfect. Contact us at Boomkicks is good. Now on your website, if you're doing trucking, this is another tip that a lot of people don't talk about. But I would recommend you having 2 websites. If you're in real estate, or if you're in trucking, or if you're in a high risk industry, you don't want to give them the website that shows. You can't say, hey, I'm doing trucking consulting, and then on your website it shows, hey, I only do trucking. They're going to see that. A lot of times when you're talking to the banks and the lenders, they're looking up your information before you even, before you even apply. I was on the phone with a banker one time, and what's up, Chris? I was on the phone with a banker, and he was like, I was telling him who I am and what I do, but I didn't tell him my website. But while I was on the phone with him, he was like, okay, I see on your website you do this and you do this. And I'm like, oh, he's looking it up already. That's not the website I wanted him to see. You know, because I have Pinstar and I have Pinstar Consulting too. Pinstar Consulting does the credit repair. Credit repair is high risk. People will not want to fund that company. So we'll have a consulting company. Like, we do a lot of consulting. We do consulting for people in credit repair, because I help people start credit repair businesses. You can, it's pretty much passive, like semi-passive. Matter of fact, Ryan, we talked about that. With the Walmart stores and stuff like that, liquidating the credit cards, I do a lot of consulting. But he was able to see the website that shows credit repair and funding and business credit. So they was like, I don't know about this one. But those people are looking up your information. They're not looking for ways to fund you. They're looking for ways not to fund you, because they're looking for ways. They want to make sure that they're not, that banker that you're talking to. If you talk to somebody on the phone, they're trying to make sure that they're not putting the bank in a bad position by giving you money. So they're looking for ways to not fund you. So by you filling out the application the correct way, having your personal credit in order, having your business credit structured a certain way, your business profile structured a certain way, it checks off more. It gives you more green checks, and it throws away more flags, because you look more professional on paper. So, business name, commercial address. Like I said, if you need a commercial address, don't go and pay for thousands of dollars for a building. You just need a virtual address. The one I use is like $109 a month. You get an 800 number, fax number, office address. You can get mail over there. You can use the office whenever you feel like it. Not whenever you feel like it. You have to call and schedule it, but you can use the office. There's a lot of different things you can do with a virtual address. And like I said, it's only $100 a month, $109. But that makes you look more professional. If you have a home address, first of all, I'm talking a lot, huh? Y'all tell me if I'm talking too much. But if you have a home address, that's very unsafe, because anybody that knows what your business name is, if they see you online and they don't like you, because like I mentioned in a video before, there are haters out there. People are just mad just because their life sucks. So they mad at you because you look like your life don't suck. So they can look your business name up and see your home address. They can Google that and see where your house is at. They can see exactly what your house look like. They can pull up in front of your house and wait for you to come outside. That's not safe at all. So you want to have that virtual address. You don't want to have, because that your business information is public. So you want to have your business information separate from your personal information. So that virtual address can do that for you. Even if you're not getting funding, it's still unsafe. So I will make sure that you have that virtual address. And if y'all need a virtual address, just text me, DM me the word virtual address, and I'll help you to get that virtual address. I'll just send you over a link, the same link I use to get all my addresses. Like I mentioned, the website, you want to have 2 websites. One that has your regular information that you're going to give to clients and leads. One that has your consulting information that you're going to give to banks and lenders. And then I think that's pretty much it. So you got a business name, business address, email, website. You definitely got to have an 800 number. You can get your 800 number with your virtual address. And that's pretty much it. You can get a business identification number with Experian Business. You don't really need that, but you can get it. What's up, Denzel? And that's pretty much it, y'all. So, like we talked about, cash flow. You don't have good credit, you can get funding using your cash flow. If you don't have cash flow, you just need credit. If you just have credit, I can still get you $50,000 to $100,000 in funding pretty easily. And if you only have collateral, you don't need credit and you don't need cash flow. And if you only have business credit, you can still get a lot of funding. You can get gas cards, fleet cards, Like I mentioned, there's stuff in here that I'm using. This is all business credit. That plant behind you, I probably bought that with a credit card. It's business credit. You can buy vehicles without using your personal credit. We're about to do that soon, more than likely. What else? That's pretty much it, y'all. Y'all got any questions about anything we talked about? Cash flow, credit, collateral, business credit. Is a car collateral? Car can be collateral, yes. But a lot of people, if you have a loan on your vehicle or a loan on your house, some people would not want to use it as collateral. So a lot of times you will have to have it paid off because you have what's called first and second position on the vehicle or on the loan, your house. So the person that you bought the car, let's say it's Ford, if you bought the car from Ford and you have a loan on it, they have first position. So that means that if you default on it, whoever has first position can go and take that car back. So whoever has second position, which would be like me, if you was using it for collateral, I would not get the car. So I'm just out of luck. So most lenders are only going to want first position on any kind of collateral that you have. So they don't want you to have a loan on it. But you can use the car as collateral as long as it's paid off. All right. Any questions? Any questions? Can you use one bureau to get funding? Definitely not. You know, when I first started getting funding, the question was, can you use one bureau to get funding, or have to use all three? 100% no. When I first started getting funding, I got about 100K on just using Equifax. So you only need one bureau, and you in a good state, I have a bank that can get you 50. About 60,000, or they can get you about 85,000 based off your personal profile. Just Equifax. If you had a 725, you can probably get 60,000. 50K line of credit and a $10,000 line of credit. And if you had a 750, you can get a 75,000 line of credit and a $10,000 business credit card. And I can probably get you a high limit personal credit card too. So you can get almost 100K at just one bank, just using Equifax. We still got TransUnion and Experian to go, so we can use this Equifax up, go use Experian, go use TransUnion, and get you a lot of money. But you only need one bureau. Any other questions? Great info. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Any other questions? If this was good, y'all, put some money bag. I like to see the money bags. This is $1 Million Mondays, so I like to see the money bags in the chat. If y'all can't put a money bag in the chat, I'm gonna put one up right now for y'all. I know I got one in here. And let me know if this info was good. If y'all got questions and y'all want me to do like a little live stream to break it down or something like that, or a video, just DM me the question. I don't mind answering any questions for anybody. Thank you, Braxton. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. If y'all got any questions, y'all let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna head off. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I like that money bag, the money face. Money bags. All right, Jesse, I see you. Cool. We're going to do business in the near future. All right, I'm looking forward to it. Y'all, my goal, I want to help everybody make $1 million a month. Some people think that that's not possible, but I sit down with people that's making over $1 million a month all the time. When I go somewhere, I'm only going places where people make more than me. And I see people that look like me making a lot more than me, so it's 100% possible. How much is your program? We have different programs, so it depends on which one you're talking about. Is it business credit building? Is it personal credit repair? Business funding? Is it a course or is it mentorship? Which one do you mean? Thank you. No problem. I just want to help everybody out. I just want everybody to be successful. I should be able to call any one of y'all up and say, hey, you want to take this private jet to this island for a week? Let's bring our families on vacation. I'm gonna reach out to use one bureau, start some things. All right, let's do it. I'm trying to make that now. Come on now. It's coming. As long as you don't quit, it's coming. Great info. Thank you very much. All right. Appreciate you. Let's see. Yes, sir. You know my situation? Yes. We just got to get your credit up. That's it. Get your credit up and you're good. All right. Any other questions? If not, I'm going to log off, y'all. I got to get back to work. I quit a 40-hour job, 40 hours a week job to work 80 hours a week instead. But Who was that? A Harvey. Just shoot me a DM if you need to, and we'll talk about which kind of program you mean, because we got a lot of different programs. I got a lot of stuff that I don't really. Oh, matter of fact, I saw a question in here. Let me answer that real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Let's see. Okay, everybody keep typing, so I can't find it. But I think it said something about trade lines. If you wanna, I'm not sure what the question was, but I'm gonna break down trade lines real quick. So, authorized users is everybody. If you're not familiar with an authorized user, let's say you have a relative that has a $10,000 Chase card that's 10 years old, they can add you as an authorized user, an AU, on that credit card. So that $10,000 credit card, 10 years old, is going to show up on your credit profile. So now that 8 to 10 accounts I mentioned, you have an extra account. It's 10 years old, so it's going to boost your credit age, which a lot of times is going to give you a very high credit score, and it's going to show that $10,000 limit. So like I mentioned before, if you only have these $200, $300 credit cards, nobody wants to be the first to give you a high limit card. But if you have that authorized user that's 10,000, now you have a $10,000 credit card on that. Now people are going to want to give you 5 or 10K credit cards, or 12 or 15, because you already have a high limit on there that has 10 years of history on it. So, authorized user is a shortcut, but it will not help you to get business funding. When it comes to business credit cards, they're going to look at that and they're going to say, okay, that's nice, but that's not your card. How do you manage your cards? You can see on the credit profile if it's an authorized user or not. So we have a program with our credit repair that once you finish, we'll add the trade line to your profile. But I only recommend it if you're looking to get personal credit cards. And like I mentioned, you get the personal ones, wait a little while, get the business ones after, because you're going to get higher personal credit cards when you do that. But that's authorized users and trade lines. But like I mentioned, if y'all need accounts, positive accounts to boost your credit, my little list is free. The accounts that's on there, they have a cost to them. They're not associated with me. But if you need the accounts, just put positive accounts. Shoot me a DM with the word positive accounts, and I'll shoot the links over to you. It's a link that gives you the accounts, and a link that it's a video that shows you, breaks down the PDF that I'm sending over to you for free. I don't get paid from that. So some of them, like I said, I think some of them have my affiliate link. It should give you a discount when you use the links on there, on that PDF. So they might pay me a couple of dollars. I don't know. I don't even be checking that. Should I buy one AU to add to that one bureau? No, not unless you're going for personal funding. I'm gonna have to look at your profile, but if you're going for personal funding, yes, you can add that AU. But if you're going for business only, then no, I would not. I would not add that authorized user. Great live. Thank you. I appreciate it. Take a while. No, it ain't gonna take a while. Whoever said that, who said that? Chris. I'm doing that now. It's gonna take a while. No, credit repair do not take long, Some things we can clean a credit report in 2 weeks, like I mentioned. But for some people, we'll clean a lot of stuff off your credit profile, but you might still have 1 or 2 things lingering, just the little small things. But once we get your one bureau clean, we can start doing the funding. So even though you still got 1 or 2 things on there, for some people, I have some people that's been with us for 3 or 4 months or something like that, who have a bankruptcy. Bankruptcy might be gone, but they have a late payment that's still stuck on there. So some people will clean their reports really, really fast, but some people it'll take just a little longer for just 1 or 2 little things. Sometimes everybody's profile is different. Anybody telling you that they're going to 100% clean your credit report in 30 days, it's guaranteed 30 days your credit's going to be done. They're lying to you to get your money, or they're doing something illegal. And I'm not going to do neither one. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not going to do nothing illegal to get your credit clean, because it don't make sense. I'm not trying to go to jail to fix people's credit. I'm glad I heard that. Yeah, my credit profile was a mess. Oh, man. Let's see. My Equifax is ready. I'm going to send you. All right, send me a DM. We'll see how the rest of your profile looks and on the Equifax, and we'll see what we can do. Now, I don't think you and my man in Ryan's area. Ryan has an area where I have a bank specifically only for that area. They will not fund you if you live anywhere within out of 100 miles away from one of their banks. But I have banks in all kind of states. So depending on where you're at, I probably already have a bank in that area anyway. And I'm working on more relationships with more banks. So we'll be able to get y'all a lot of funding. I'm working on trying to get people $300 to $500,000 with every LLC they bring me. Any company you bring me over 2 years old, I'm trying to get you $300,000 to $500,000. That's what I'm working on. Cali. I have 1 or 2 banks in Cali for sure where I have like a relationship with somebody, but I do have banks in Cali. I got to go speak in Cali, matter of fact. I have some people want me to speak out there about funding and business credit. I'm doing a lot of podcasts too. I got like 3 podcasts this week, or between this week and next week, and I'm trying to get some speaking engagements. PA, definitely got banks in PA, definitely. I got an office out there, matter of fact. I need to fly out there and try to go get some funding myself. North Carolina, I don't think I have banks in North Carolina right now, but if your profile, we definitely got banks in Florida. If your profile clean, I'll get banks in your area for sure. It don't take me long to make a relationship with a banker. We are at, where you at? Oh, yeah. You're asking where I'm going to be speaking at? Is that what you're asking? Because if that's the question, I don't know. Somebody just told me they want me to go speak over there. It's somebody I know. They want me to speak in Cali with them. But it's supposed to be a high event. Like people paying like $50,000 or $100,000 just to get in the door. So it's supposed to be pretty expensive. I don't even know what it is, but if they paying that much to get in the door, I definitely got to be there. It don't help. I mean, it don't hurt to be on stage. Let's see. You need to open your own black-owned bank. Man, hey, I do. I got a friend of mine that has a black-owned bank. A. Donahue Baker. Yo, he's not a close friend, but I know him. But he has his own bank. It's called Money Ave, yo. So if y'all want a black-owned bank, Money Ave is a bank y'all can connect with. His name is A. Donahue Baker, and he's on Instagram, matter of fact. A. Donahue Baker. So look him up. Black guy, really cool. I met him in Vegas last year. And really, really cool guy. So I would definitely check him out. And they do funding too. I think they do like $50,000 micro loans, where it's kind of easy to get approved for. If y'all meet all my criteria that I mentioned with the credit, y'all should be able to get approved for that. All right, Jesse. Any other questions? Y'all seem like y'all want to start talking now. Y'all got something y'all want to ask? If not, I'm letting y'all go. Any questions, comments, concerns? If this was good, y'all, anytime y'all see me on, if y'all new on here, if this was good, money bags in the chat. Please and thank you. For $1 Million Mondays. Now, I'm going to be going live throughout the week, too, because I just got, like, little things to tell and teach. So I'm going to just be going live throughout the week. But every Monday, for the next, like, 7, 8 Mondays, I'm going to be doing this, $1 Million Mondays, 7 o'clock Central. So if you want to learn some more about funding, let me see what we got next week. Next Monday, we're going to talk about how to know you're qualified before you even apply. And after that, we got how to get money as a startup or to grow and expand. So I got a lot of stuff coming up, y'all. If y'all got something specific that y'all want to know, like I mentioned, just shoot me a DM. I'll take care of y'all for sure. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all. I don't see no questions. I appreciate all of y'all. Look, if y'all want a free ebook that y'all can use, it's 17 hacks. I did a video series on this. I don't think the team already put it out yet, but 17 hacks to build your business credit score. This is a free ebook. It's on, I'm gonna put it in the chat, but it's bcb101.com/ebook. That's a free ebook right there. 17 hacks to build your business credit profile. It's to get really high business credit scores. And it just really go over basic stuff. Not basic, but it goes over some stuff that a lot of people don't talk about. It's basic to me, but a lot of people do not talk about it. So go on there, download that ebook, and read it. If y'all download it, read it. And do what it tell you. If y'all don't want to read it, just go on my profile, watch all my videos, because I talk about it in the profile too. But I know y'all don't be having time to read all the time, so just put it on and listen to it while you're in the car. And if y'all not on the YouTube channel is about to go up to y'all. It's Richard Guilbeau. It's been up for a while, but it's about to take off soon. We got a lot of stuff coming, y'all. So just reach out. Let me know if y'all need anything. I just want to see everybody successful. And I appreciate all of y'all. Last call for any questions. If not, I'm gone. How do I sign up for business credit program? Just shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM and say business credit. I give you a call. And we can see, when you want to get started. Philip Romar. Mike Smitty. Hello, Mike. Mike, you coming too late, man. I'm cutting it off now. All right, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Go ahead and kill it and be successful.